Okay, upon arriving today, I did find that the pH was reading on this IntelliChem system really high, 7.4, when in reality, after testing it via the runoff, it was in fact at about 6.8 to 6.6. So I went in and tested I went in and tweaked the pH, and even still, that didn't affect it. It didn't correct it. In general, you can do a little tweaking if you're finding that your pH is reading a little bit off, and that's fine. You can do a little tweaking here and there, but it's best to keep it at 0. So after taking off the sensors, cleaning them both, I did find that it did correct the issue with the pH, especially sensor reading incorrectly. And now it's reading a more accurate pH, 7.0. And again, it's just calibrating. It's going to calibrate for a little bit. But I also noticed that the chlorine was pretty low, about 0.5, which is good. But I did want to increase that a little bit just to test it. So what I did is I did change the ORP. I changed it to 740, where before I had it at 600. So I think 740 is a better number. It did dose a little bit of the chlorine into the pool just for a few moments. So I'm suspecting that that's going to help keep the chlorine at least a 1, maybe a little bit of a more 0.5 reading versus a 0.25. So I think we're going to be doing good here. And in general, I think we're going to be doing better overall. Again, I might actually tweak this down just a little bit, but we'll see. We'll end up seeing what that pH reads here in a few moments. But as it stands right now, the pH was reading more accurate. It's doing its cycling, so it may go up in general. But I did still want to show you in this video, as you can see, it's coming back down. I did want to show you in this video that when you do change your fluids, or at least you refill your fluids, this is where you come in and you clear your gauge. So it's pretty easy. As soon as you fill it up, you come over here, you go in to the pH settings. You filled your acid container, you come down here to limit and then hit clear, and that'll clear it and raise the gauge back up. Same with the ORP. When ORP is chlorine, when you fill your chlorine canister, you don't want to hit right on dose to stop that. You do want to go down here to limit and you clear it by pressing right, and that'll clear your container after you fill it up, and it'll go back up. That's the most common solution whenever you get an alarm to let you know that you're low on your containers. That's what the alarm is usually for. And this is how you come in to these two settings and clear it. So that's how you know how to do that. As you can see, pH is coming back down a little bit, and we're going to watch that. But in general, things are looking a lot better. So.